I am Suzanne, Ashley's mom.
Hi, I'm Ashley Hinton, and I am a cancer survivor. I got married in May of 2011 and moved to Michigan a few days afterward. About 2 weeks after that, my husband found a lump in my above my clavicle, right in this area.
Actually, Isaac called a couple weeks after they were married and she had moved out to Michigan and said that he was giving her a back massage and that he felt a lump in her clavicle region and that they were going to take her and have it checked out. So I thanked him for calling and then told him I would like to talk to Ashley when she was able to talk, and hung up the phone and then sat at my desk and cried for a while. And anyways, when I was better able to compose myself, I called my husband and said that Isaac had called and that they were pretty sure that Ashley had cancer. And he was just like me and said, "Oh, she does not. And she'll be fine. Don't get yourself worked up over it."
I think it was a good thing that we didn't know what we were in for.
I had a brother who passed away when he was 27 from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So I was, of course, immediately fearful, thought that potentially we would walk the same road that we walked with him. And, of course, in the back of my mind, I had the fear that in the end it would result in her death. She was talking to me on the phone, and she got somebody buzzed in, and it was actually her oncologist calling, her surgeon, one of the two, calling to report that she did for sure have cancer and that that it was Hodgkin's lymphoma. Anyway, she had just received a package from me in the mail, and she was very homesick, and I was very homesick for her. And so she was pretty excited to have gotten a package and be talking to me on the phone and everything. So and she buzzed back to my conversation and said, "Oh, by the way, Mom, yeah, that was the doctor to confirm that I have Hodgkin's lymphoma." And then she went back to her happy conversation. Well, I sat to digest what she had just told me without falling apart, because I, of course, wanted to be strong for her. The next few days are kind of a blur to me because I can't remember what happened immediately after. Most emotional time for me, or one of the most emotional for me, was when I came out to Michigan for Ashley's treatment and stayed with her and took care of her post-treatment. And it was very difficult for me that day. She had been home, and so I drove her back, and we had a great time coming home, back to Michigan. Great conversation, lots of laughter. She was feeling good. I was happy that she was feeling as good as she was. She looked pretty good. She was paler than normal, and I would say more puffy. But overall, her mood was good, and I felt that she'd had a great visit at home, seeing lots of friends and family, and that I would just bring her back here. She would have her treatment. I would stay for a few days, and then I would go back home. Well, I wasn't prepared for taking although she wasn't healthy, she appeared to be healthy because everything seemed fine at that point, into the clinic for her treatment. And quickly she started to look sick, and that I was not prepared for. So I grabbed a newspaper and started to read the newspaper to take my mind off of watching the process. And yeah, that was probably the hardest for me, is just watching her go through treatment and then the side effects once she got home. And yeah, I just wasn't prepared to see her that sick. So I put the paper up in front of my face and just let the tears roll. And the nurse was sweet, gave me some Kleenex, and made sure that I was okay. Anyways, Ashley's treatment continued, and I read the newspaper, read a book that I had brought with, did what I had to do to try to keep my mind off of the effects that the treatment was having on her, and wishing really that I could take her place and that she could be well and that it would be me.
It was also hard to be away from home. I didn't have any friends out here. I had just gotten here a couple weeks ago. We didn't know anybody. He had friends in med school, but they weren't my friends. My family was 10 hours away. Anybody that I knew was really 10 hours away back home. So I did go through like a period of depression where I really would have been okay if I just died. I didn't want to wake up in the morning. I hoped that something would go wrong in chemotherapy and that it would kill me, or that I'd have a reaction to something and that would just be the end of it, or that if I was on the road going somewhere that I would get hit and die in a car accident. I started to talk to my doctor about it because I knew that wasn't normal.
I think initially, being the little adventuresome thing that she is, I think she thought that it would kind of be fun and interesting. I think when reality hit and her hair started falling out, and then she decided to cut it really short. It was very long, previous to her diagnosis. She decided to cut it short so that she wouldn't have long strands of hair all over the house as it fell out. I think the reality of the fact that she was going to lose her hair began to set in.
Before everything started, I had gone back home and had a shave the head party. I had researched it a little bit online and read that the longer your hair was when it fell out, the more painful it was. And I really didn't want to hurt very much, so I decided, well, we'll shave my head. We'll be ahead of the curve. And I had actually been joking about it a few months before the wedding, talking about, oh, when the wedding's over, I'm going to shave my head. By the beginning of the 3rd month of treatment, I could reach up and grab, and I'd have pieces of hair come away in my fingers. I got like a big bald patch over here first before almost anything else started. There was a day that we decided maybe it would be an adventure to shave my head completely with a razor. I didn't have much hair left at that point in time, but I still had some, and my husband really wanted to shave it with a razor like he would shave his face. And so I let him. And after that, that was when I started to feel kind of ugly.
One evening, it was just falling out a lot, and so her and Isaac just decided they should probably just shave it. And at that point, you could tell that this was not a fun game anymore, and the adventure wasn't fun. It was now reality, and I could tell that she was scared, that she felt ugly, and that she had lost part of her identity and part of the beautiful woman that she was.
It was just difficult getting up every morning. It was difficult to wake up at all, let alone to wake up and to have gone from feeling like, hey, I'm on top of the world, I just got married, life is grand, to I don't want to shower today. I don't want to wake up today. I don't want to look in the mirror today. I started experiencing anxiety really bad especially once the bills started to pile up. It was it caused a lot of tension just in me. It wasn't necessarily that we were fighting about bills or anything, but I felt anxious all the time, like, how are we going to pay for all this? How are we going to, I have student loans that are due, and student loans don't care if you have cancer or not, by the way. And then in August, some friends and family back home had a benefit for us and raised $10,000, a little over $10,000 actually, to help us cover expenses for treatment and the things, that happened during treatment.
Although it was a hard time, it's passed, hopefully forever, and that now it's our turn to give back, just like people helped us during her time of illness.
Yeah, if you donated today, your time or your money or anything like that, thank you.